Welcome to the Imagine That YouTube channel. This question comes from that part of your brain that looks at the night sky and says, imagine that big glowing thing was, bigger? So what would happen if the moon suddenly doubled in size? The short answer, tides would get very, very excited. The longer answer, so would everyone else, but for completely different reasons. First, let's define doubled in size. If we're talking about doubling the moon's diameter, then its volume, and therefore its mass, would increase by a factor of 8. That means its gravitational pull on the Earth would suddenly be 8 times stronger. The moon currently tugs on our oceans gently enough to create tides. If it became 8 times more massive, those gentle tides would turn into colossal waves that would make most coastal cities uninhabitable. You could stand on the beach in Miami, look up at a giant moon filling half the sky, and watch as the Atlantic Ocean politely vacates its basin to come say hello in person. The tidal range, the difference between high tide and low tide, would increase dramatically. In some places, water could surge inland by dozens or even hundreds of kilometers. Entire countries might find themselves underwater twice a day. Low tide, on the other hand, would expose vast swaths of seabed, leaving fish confused and sailors stranded on what used to be deep water. Marine life wouldn't adapt well to having their living room drained and refilled every 12 hours. But tides would be just the start. That extra mass up there would also mess with Earth's rotation. The gravitational interaction between the moon and Earth is already slowing our planet's spin by about 1.7 milliseconds per century. With a moon 8 times heavier, that slowdown would accelerate dramatically. Days would start getting noticeably longer in human lifetimes. If you've ever wished for more hours in a day to get things done, congratulations. You'll now have them, but you'll be spending most of those extra hours trying not to drown. Then there's the issue of orbital stability. The moon's current orbit is delicately balanced. Increase its mass that much, and you change the dynamics between the Earth, moon, and sun. The stronger pull could cause the moon to spiral closer to Earth over time. If it got too close, it would cross the Roche limit, the point at which Earth's gravity would rip it apart into a giant ring of debris, which sounds cool until you realize those debris chunks would quickly start falling out of orbit, turning into city-sized meteor showers. The nighttime sky would change in ways that are both beautiful and horrifying. The moon would appear twice as wide in the sky, reflecting much more sunlight. Night would no longer be properly dark. You'd have something closer to permanent twilight whenever the moon was up. Astronomers would cry, nocturnal animals would riot, and your ability to stargaze without sunglasses would vanish. Speaking of light, more moonlight also means more heat bouncing around at night. That could slightly warm the planet, shifting climates and possibly melting even more polar ice. Combined with the tidal chaos, sea levels could permanently rise even without a single storm. Oh, and earthquakes. The moon's gravitational pull doesn't just move water, it also tugs at Earth's crust. Stronger pull means stronger flexing of the planet's surface. That means more seismic activity and possibly volcanic eruptions in areas already prone to them. If you live near a volcano, you might want to invest in a very sturdy umbrella. Now, could humanity adapt? Maybe. We'd likely abandon most low-lying coastal areas entirely, build massive seawalls, and develop new navigation systems for the wild tidal currents. But the economic and social upheaval would be enormous. International trade, reliant on stable ports and shipping lanes, would grind to a halt. Agriculture in tidal floodplains would vanish. Fishing industries would collapse in some places and boom in others, depending on how the new tides rearrange marine ecosystems. As for space travel, the bigger moon would be a more tempting target for colonization. Larger surface area, stronger gravity, and plenty of scientific interest. But the increased launch energy needed to escape its stronger pull would make missions harder and more expensive. Still, there's no denying that having a super-sized moon in the sky would inspire generations of poets, artists, and conspiracy theorists convinced it was a secret government project gone wrong. In short, doubling the moon's size would transform life on Earth in ways we couldn't fully predict. It would be a dazzling sight, a terrifying force of nature, and a constant reminder that in the grand cosmic scheme of things, just a little change can be anything but little. And if you ever wake up one morning to find the moon looking suspiciously bigger, my advice is simple. Get to high ground, grab your camera, and prepare for a very wet, very strange future. Thank you for watching, and if you like the video, please subscribe on our channel. See you on next video.